Welcome to DC FanDome. My name is Leah Thompson, and you are watching the Stargirl panel. For those of you who may not know, I have a special, very special, heart connection to Stargirl as I directed episode 7, Shiv Part 1. So I am absolutely thrilled to join my friends, Jeff Johns and the whole cast to discuss the fantastic, yay, first season. We have with us today the creator, the everything, the EP, Jeff Johns, and the members of the new JSA Stargirl, Breck Bassinger, woo, woohoo, Wildcat, Yvette Monreal, Dr. Midnight, Angelica Washington, our man, Camera Gelman, and our matriarch, keeping everyone honest, Barbara, played by Amy Smart. So great to see you guys.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up, fam?
So we're gonna play a little game because that's what we do here in COVID land, right? We play little games on Zoom meetings, right? So Angelica, we're gonna have to ask you to share your powers with us as we play a little game called Things. Dr. Midnight knows about me. We are all gonna get on our goggles. Do you guys have goggles? We're gonna get on our goggles. All right. And we're gonna learn a few fun things that maybe only Dr. Midnight knew before. All right, Jeff, let's start with you.
Oh,
You're our fearless leader. What
Okay.
are 5 things that Dr. Midnight would know about you? That we
5
didn't?
things. Okay, I'll try and keep these somewhat Stargirl related for fun. For those who've seen the show, thank you for watching the show very much. We all worked really hard on it, and we're really proud of it and excited that we're going on to season 2, which is awesome. One of the things you'll see in the first episode, if you haven't watched it, but you probably have, is Pat has this big boy keychain. And I actually, when I grew up in Detroit, there was a big boy on my street corner. So we used to walk. My dad would take all the kids there, and we just have ice cream and burgers and stuff. So it's a place I remember fondly. And moving out to LA, there's a big boy in Burbank. So big boy's kind of got a special meaning to me. Related to food, because I like food. I worked in a restaurant for 4 years in Michigan. And so when Pat cooks, a lot of what I enjoy about cooking, I love cooking. I gave Pat, I like that Pat cooks. I like that he's the cook of the house. I like the episode where Amy's freaking out because she can't get dinner ready for 8 people. And all the cars in the show, the Buick in there, all the cars in the pit stop, that all came from a love I learned to about cars from my very first boss, Dick Donner. So thanks, Dick. And originally when I wrote Stars and Stripes, #1, I had envisioned that Pat built a robot that he controlled remotely from the house, and he wasn't inside it. Someone told me, oh, they just did a robot and kid story somewhere. And so I said, oh, well, why don't I have Pat actually pilot the robot? And it changed the whole concept because Pat is with Courtney there. And I don't know, I don't think it would have worked nearly as well if I hadn't had Pat and Courtney in the same space, if he was back home remotely controlling the robot. So that was kind of a happy little accident. And then finally, Cindy, in the comic books, originally her father wasn't going to be Dragon King, but a villain named, for all the DC fans, a villain named Cobra. So those are things that Dr. Midnight knows.
That is awesome. Yay. That is really good.
Those are so cool. Those are great.
Yeah, I don't have great ones like that.
So now we have to go to Stargirl. Brett, what do you got?
Mine are a lot more concise. Dr. Midnight would know that Breck was a mathlete for 4 years, gold medalist. She likes to trick people into eating her amazing gluten-free baking. I also like cooking. She dreams of traveling to New Zealand. She recently found a coffee addiction while filming Stargirl, night shoots. And this is a fun little Stargirl fact. Stargirl and Breck were both seen on Earth for the first time in 1999. year I was born, year Stargirl was first seen in a comic.
Same month too. Same exact month, May.
See, it wasn't May 1999 because the comic book I have says June, so I wasn't
Yeah,
like
the comic books always have like the dates a little bit off because for the newsstand it was like take it off in June. I don't know exactly how it works, but it was released in May.
so May
Wow.
1999. Both Stargirl and I entered this earth.
It was meant to
Wow.
be.
Yeah, it totally meant to be. I totally believe that stuff.
So Amy, we want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes. Well,
Hmm.
I took it more personally for the most part. So Dr. Midnight knows that I'm an introvert and that most times I'd rather be reading a book at my house than at a party. Another one was I was a ballerina for 10 years.
Oh my gosh. That's going in an episode.
I was a ballerina. Another one is I have a doll eye. What does that mean? Just a doll
Oh,
eye.
cool.
Oh.
I am a certified Kundalini yoga teacher. And
Cool.
Did not know that.
my last little trivia fact is my character Barbara is named after Jeff's real life mom, Barbara.
Aw.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that is true.
Thanks, Dr. Midnight.
All right, Yvette.
Oh, hello. Okay, so my 5 fun facts that Dr. Midnight knows about me is that one of our first hangouts, mine, Breck, and Angelica's, was when I went apartment shopping with them. And it was so fun because it was the first time we were hanging out and it just was a bonding moment. Number 2, I randomly took a picture of the Wildcat comic online in 2014 and I sent that to you. Remember, Jeff?
Yeah.
And now I'm cast as her in 2000, years
Right.
later. So
Yeah.
that was kind of crazy. Number 3, the first time I learned about anyone being celiac was with you guys, with Breck and Cameron. So you
Yeah.
guys taught me
Aw.
about that. Number 4, I was notoriously known on set and off set to have my phone, and that's because in high school I wanted to be an editor and work in special effects, so I knew I always had to capture those moments so that I can edit it together, and later on it paid off, which it did. Totally paid off
So
now,
did.
right?
Totally.
Okay.
You have the best videos.
Of anyone.
They are great.
And thanks, guys. And number 5, Breck and I, towards the end of the season, we would go in the trailer and watch reality TV. Remember? Are You the One? I think that was a great bonding experience for us. So that's a random fact that you didn't know.
All right.
Wow.
Cameron,
Okay. Woo.
you're up.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay, 5 things that Dr. Midnight knows about me. The first one is that I plan to buy a camper trailer and drive to all 419 US national parks in the course of this next decade in my 20s. And I have a little fund for it that Stargirl is helping pay for. Second, as a kid, I was always dressed as a superhero. And as a result, I was always getting injured because I was the world's biggest klutz. And my 7th and 8th birthday parties, I had superhero gymnastics parties. And the first year I was Batman and I ran into a balance beam and I had to get stitches. And the second year I was Spider-Man and I missed the foam pit off of a zip line and I fell on my face. So I left that year too. And both years they ate my cake still. My third, that's very sad. My third fact is that as a kid, I thought that Tarzan was a superhero, and Tarzan is my favorite superhero because I love swing sets more than anything. I am 100% sure I can talk to animals, and yeah, and I want to live in a treehouse in the jungle. So yeah, and that goes to my 4th, which is that I do want to travel the world making documentaries for animals with the specific effort of conservation. So that's super important to me and pairs with my Tarzan dream. And then my 5th is that I have never worked with anyone that had celiacs or type 1 diabetes. And I found such a magical partner and teammate in Breck. and that support was life-changing for me. So
Me too.
those are my 5.
Okay, so what does Dr. Midnight know about Dr. Midnight? Angelica.
Well, I feel like Dr. Midnight, actually, I know Dr. Midnight knows everything because that's me. So we know all things, but some 5 fun facts that I love, things that some people may not know, but Breck and I actually got to live together the entire time of filming season 1 of Stargirl. And we'll do it again season 2 because we're so excited. Yay! Number 2, I actually bonded with Cam the most on set because we're both obsessed with Hamilton the musical, which now the world is like finally able to see, and we sing it all the time, like all day in our trailers, on set, whenever. We know every word. I mean, don't like hold me to that, but we know a lot of the words, and it's really great. That's my favorite thing ever. The third thing is when not filming on set of Stargirl, on our days off or on weekends, I actually would color my hair often, usually with hair chalk. But right now I have like this like reddish pink thing, and I was actually inspired by Starfire. So I really wanted to, I just love her and love Titans. And so I was like, I'm going to color my hair like hers because she's awesome. And the last one to tell you is that my favorite thing to do with my cast ever, the one thing we do the most when not filming is eat.
Bar taco.
Yes.
Bar taco. Love bar taco.
And that
Man,
gluten-free
those are-
place.
All of the
Yes.
chickabiddy.
Free place, chicken bitty, all of them. But surprise, I did all my 5 fun facts. Leo, what does Dr. Midnight know about you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
See ya.
What a surprise.
See. Well, Dr. Midnight would know that I love you all. You are amazing. This is an amazing cast, and it was such an amazing experience working with all of you. You work so hard. The show is so great. It's so uplifting, and I could get verklempt. I just had the best time. You were all so great. So I know that Dr. Midnight would know that about me. I love each and every one of you. Let me think. Let's see. I was a ballet dancer too, but I'm not a yoga teacher. And my nickname is Mini Pork.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Don't know why. That's my nickname.
that's awesome.
Like the meat?
I don't know. It's just Mini Pork. I don't know what and I have a tractor that's 35 years old that I can drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have like I have 5 horses and 32 chickens, a rooster, 3 dogs, a bunch of really fat koi. They're really happy. And so every day I have to put the chickens away, and I almost kill myself because
Oh no.
the coyotes to get them. So someday if you see me with a broken arm, it's because I'm trying to gather the chickens. I'm not a great chicken whisperer is my thing. But let's see, that's something. I'm the youngest of 5, and I like to paint and sing and direct and meet you all. So that was 5, right? Oh,
That was so good.
Great.
That was so
those
good.
were more organized.
That was great.
That was
So
so
good.
good.
That
So
was
good.
so fun learning about you guys. We should do this more often.
I know.
So
Do it.
now we're going to revisit one of the most intense moments from the epic last episode. Go.
My turn.
this.
Whoa, that was
So good.
crazy.
So good.
Ah!
Insane.
How did you do that?
That was crazy. How do you do that?
My favorite part is like, I don't have time for this. Love it.
How much strength left do you think you had, Rick, when you just like,
I
Mm.
know. I had 5 minutes.
whoa.
Yeah, I have 5 minutes, and Pat's wife is in trouble. Amy's in trouble, and I'm like, "Go get your lady. I got this. I've got 5." That's how that goes. So
So good.
yeah,
I love seeing Grundy.
Yeah,
and
Grundy's
Stripe.
awesome. I got to give Andrew Orloff and Zoic props, the VFX team, and Kevin Struckman was there. But they just made such a cool Grundy. That's so true to the comic books. And Stripe looks awesome, and that fight was a lot of fun. You know, I never thought I'd be able to see a live action Stripe versus Solomon Grundy, but that was cool.
So cool.
Incredible.
Yep.
Incredible.
So cool. It's just amazing what you guys can do, and the actors with all their, commitment to the special effects is really sells everything.
totally.
I mean,
So
Breck had a whole thing with the staff. She had to learn how to make the staff come alive when it wasn't there.
It was like puppetry almost, but it was definitely a learning experience. How was it, Cam? Was this like your first time fighting something that wasn't there?
Yeah. No, for sure. It was. I mean, I had a big green pickle, and that's I had a big. Do you didn't see that? Yeah, I had a big green pickle with a sad face on it. And that was my Grundy. So thankfully I had something to hit, and I had the amazing stunts team, and I had Ben Akrigg advising me on like how to get power into these punches. But yeah, I had a big green pickle.
I always think there should be a special Emmy or Academy Award for trying to perform with a big green pickle. And
I think so too.
it's so much harder.
It's so much harder, and it was sad. It had a sad face that distracted me because I was like, it's clearly bummed out, and I'm hitting it. Like I wish it had like an angry face,
I hope we get to see more of those epic battles in the next season. I'm sure we will. What do you think, Jeff?
I'm excited for people to see more of Grundy. He's not gone just yet.
Ooh.
Cameron knows what we're gonna do with Grundy.
Oh, for sure.
We got
I'm super
cool
excited.
story ideas with Grundy coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah, everybody did such an amazing job, and you guys all did such a gorgeous job in the fight scene in the dungeon. Like watching every single person that we worked with show up in suits and like clash with each other. I think it's such a cool way for our show to end. Like everybody was so great.
I was screaming at the TV. It was so exciting.
I love it. On the edge of my seat, like every moment, like what's happening next? What's happening next? It's so good.
And it's such a treat to see it when it's finally done, because it's so different than the actual experience of doing it, isn't it?
Yes.
Totally.
That's one of
Yeah.
the reasons I'm really excited about going back for season 2, because I feel like now I'll have a better picture. Like I know what Stripe fighting will look like because I've seen it.
Yeah, when you read the scripts and then you see it on TV, for me it's just so different. I'm like, wait, oh my god.
Did you guys see Jurassic World when at the end the two like T-Rexes fight each other?
Yeah.
That's what this fight felt like. Like
Yeah.
it
That
they're,
epic.
like the two biggest, craziest like digital characters in the show have an entire sequence, and it's so like larger than life, and then you like have Pat in the cockpit and all of us in there. Like it's just such a masterpiece of a scene, like of a sequence.
Talk about season 2.
Yeah, where does it go, Jeff? Where does it happen? Tell us.
Well, I think one of the important things at the end of season 1 is when we introduce Eclipso. That's very important.
Whoa.
Absolutely. Jeff, I know what the people want to know. Will I have Hootie season 2?
I love Hootie. I love that Hootie's waiting for Dr. Midnight all this whole time. We will definitely be talking about Hootie at some point. So
We're going to have some fan questions, all right? So this is from Daniel. Who would win a fight, the old JSA or the new JSA? Jeff, I think you should answer this. What do you think?
That's well, it'd be weird to see them fight. So, but it all depends who. This is a cop out answer, but it's the truth. It depends who's on the team. Like, I would hate to see this. I think that's a much bigger question. I think the question is, would they ever fight and why?
What if it was the original, like, you know how it's Wildcat, Hourman, Dr. Midnight, and
Wildcat, Hourman versus Hourman.
That'd be so cool.
I already know who would win.
That sounds really cool.
I would never fight Chuck a day in my life.
No.
Yeah, I know. I thought Dr. Midnight's we just talk. They talk.
See who can out-talk each other.
I just assume that the younger generation would be faster and more limber. I assume that like the older peeps are sore and their joints hurt, and so
They have experience.
you know.
I would assume. I would know. I think your dad might kick your ass.
You know how but old people and young people play tennis? The young people are running around and the old people are just hitting the shot.
They're more strategic. Yeah.
They have more experience, so
Yeah.
they like know what to do.
If I fought my dad, I'd call like a fake truce with him so that he thought we were cool, and then I'd hit him.
Good.
That's a very Rick thing to do, by the way.
Yeah, I know it's not cool.
Very Rick
So,
thing to do. Rex would never do that.
yeah. Or I'd hit him with the Mustang.
I'd rather know what I'd rather, Daniel. I would rather the two teams. What would the two teams have to team up to fight? How big would that threat have to be for both teams to come together? That would be cool.
So this is from Carla. What do you guys do during breaks?
I think we would dance a lot. Remember this move, guys?
Yep.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
a good one.
We eat a lot, lots of eating towards crafty.
Yeah.
Lots of coffee. We love coffee runs. We love coffee.
We were always on the river or the lake. We went to water sources.
We would hang out outside of set too, and we'd go dancing. Once again, I guess we dance either way. But
We love to
I know,
dance.
dance on and off.
We danced at gas stations.
We danced at gas stations. Oh my gosh, we danced
We did.
everywhere.
You know what we also love to do that people don't know? We would sneak into Neil and Chris's apartment to
I
use
never
their
did that.
to use their pool because their apartment had a pool and ours didn't, and we would just literally we befriended other people who lived there so we could show up and use their
God.
pool. But they would also let us use it, like if they were there. But if they were like on set filming, we would just go.
It was just cutting out the middleman. Be like, we don't want to ask you anymore.
You guys are crazy.
I remember I was just talking to Chris about this. I remember there was a day where he was like on a phone call on his balcony, and I was just down there like having a drink with my hat on, and he saw me and he was like, and he called over to Neil. I was like, "Did you invite him?" He's like, "No, he just shows up now." And then they came down. Like, it was. I think I overstayed my welcome, but it's fine. We had waterfall ball. We invented an Olympic sport at that pool because it had a very specially crafted fountain that was an L shape and then ran water down. So you throw a ball into it and you try to time it and then you jump and catch it. It's very difficult. I did it once the whole time.
You also taught the neighbors that game.
I think since we all dance so much, and you know, obviously Amy's character, Amy is a ballerina. I think we should have a dancing sequence at some point where we all do ballet or something.
A musical episode, perhaps?
That's like
No, no, not a musical episode, just like a random, like we're running into trouble. We go into this like ballet thing, and Barbara's the teacher, and we're just like pretending to be part of her class, and then we go and keep fighting crime.
I think that's a great season 9 idea. A great.
Or
Thank you,
there's a villain that makes us dance, like in Midsommar, where like they can't stop dancing, like what's happening to us, and they like die of dehydration.
That's a great season 10 idea.
Noted.
So let me get to this question. Sabrina said, is there a chance Beth will get to work with an owl? We would really love to see that team up.
I would also love to see that. That's a question for Jeff.
There's
Yeah.
always a chance. There's always a chance.
Always a chance. William asked, what would you all like to see next for your characters? Amy, are you still there?
I'm here. You know, Jeff, I would be so okay with a superpower.
Season 11.
Yes.
Season 11?
Season 11.
At least give me a dream sequence superpower.
Well, there's a well, I don't want to spoil anything for season 2, but because we're
There is
just breaking it right now.
Your superpower is your charm.
Aw.
Yes.
Aw,
Thanks,
being
Leah.
a mama.
You're also a mom. Being a mom is totally a superpower.
Listen, I totally agree with all you, but I want to fly. Have a ball, or
Noted.
What about the rest of you? What would you like to see with your characters?
I would like to see more of my castmates have like a love interest or a love story.
Ooh.
But like it doesn't have to be me. Like no Jeff. Like I don't know. It doesn't have to be me. It just everyone else would be great.
Boys are evil. Kidding. I would probably want just to see the dynamic of what happens with my family, just like how that comes together, just because the last time I spoke with them, they kind of was just like, nope, you're still in trouble. And then so just to see where, like, I've been out a lot. I've been helping Courtney a lot, just to see like how that whole thing is developing.
I would love, besides the relationship stuff, because the teenage girl in me will always want that in TV shows, but also the rivalry with Shiv. I just love their rivalry. I think it's so interesting. I keep saying this, but it reminds me of like Kim Possible and Shigo, and it's so catty and dynamic. I'd love to see more Stargirl and Shiv.
That's definitely happening.
Oh, good, great.
Cameron.
I really want time with my dad, with Lou Jr. I met him on set, and I think he's such a wonderful guy, and I watched him film these scenes with my younger me. But I think it'd be so cool if there was like a reckoning scene, even if it was in Rick's head, you know, where he gets to deal with like confronting his father, and his father seeing who he is now. And I think that'd be super cool, like connecting with his roots, even if it's a ghost or you know.
Taz Nim has a cool question. Angelica and Yvette, both of you are women of color playing superheroes and representing your respective communities. How important is this to you?
Well, for me, I think that, it's a known fact that Latinos are underrepresented in television. So it's really important. I feel like I'm one of the only Latina superheroes on TV. So to be able to be Latina and be a superhero, that's extremely important. I feel like a lot of people say this, but it's so cool to have little kids look up to you and say, hey, like, that could be me, or like, follow their dreams. So I think it's extremely important, and I'm so glad I'm representing for the Latinx community.
Love that. Completely agree, Yvette, and you're doing an amazing job of being the role model and inspiration to others. For me as a Black woman, I'm just so grateful that I even just like Yvette, we get the opportunity to do this. Growing up, I never saw like a live action Black female superhero ever. So I'm just really excited for every Black and brown girl really to be able to see themselves through our cast, whether it be through me as Beth or Yvette as Yolanda. So I'm just really grateful and honored that we both get to share an amazing responsibility to be representation for young girls who look like us, so they know that like one day I could also be a superhero, and that there is no limit and there is no ceiling on any of your dreams.
Oh, wow. And thank you, Jeff, for writing these great characters.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
They're all great. They're all great characters. We have a wonderful writer's room. They're wonderful characters, but you guys bring them to life. You really do, across the board.
Well, it all starts with you, so thank you. And there's one more. What other members of the JSA do you want to see join the new JSA?
Amy Smart. Barbara. Bring Barbara in. That's what I want.
Love it.
I want to see some closure with this pink pin. Like, bring me Jakeem. I need it. For sure.
Yep.
Right.
I keep thinking of the Green Lantern just because the little lantern was flickering, like, from the beginning. They go back to it a lot. So, I mean, that'd be cool.
I agree.
Know what the best thing about this is that I'm so excited we get to do season 2 with everybody, because we do have so many other things to explore with these characters and other avenues and other characters that exist out in the world to meet and introduce. And we'll do it, you know, the best way we can, and we'll do it at our own pace. But we will definitely be playing with things like the pink pen in season 2.
Will you be making a cameo?
Yeah, please, that'd be so fun.
Just like a suited superhero that shows up for 1 second and just.
I'm super excited to watch you guys and write you great scripts.
And maybe direct an episode too.
Yeah, we'll see all about the timing right now. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm just excited to, I mean, it's the dream come true to be able to do this again with everybody here. Like, it's so exciting to me. All that other stuff is like gravy, you know, just because I love you guys. It's been the best experience of my life. And I'm just excited I get to spend more time with you. It's gonna be so fun.
Oh. Well, I think this is it. We need to thank the fans for getting everybody to season 2. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much,
you.
everybody
Thank
watching. Thank
you.
you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for watching. We love you. Okay.
It's so nice to see you guys. Yay!
Nice to
You
see
too,
you.
Leah.
Nice to see you.
Great seeing you guys.